Okay, this is Grant Putnam. I'm at Kelly Phelps property here in Darien at 15 Shields Road. All right, so the overall premise was to get a cleaner look, more consistent look on the property while trying to reuse some of the existing plants that already have value. Okay, so we could transplant some of these bushes that make sense to transplant into other areas based on sunlight conditions and aesthetics. All right, we're contemplating whether we want to remove the crabapple off the corner. And then again, that will depend on what style design that you're going for. Okay, so I'll send you a collection of images that you could go through and pick and say, okay, I love this sort of look, and this way we can kind of get pointed the right direction. All right. So as far as tree work goes, I would say you got to clip back these two maple trees back 8 to 10 feet to get more sunlight. You can see the lawn is starting to suffer. So give these a really good clipping back. At the same time, I would end up removing that tree over here that's leaning towards the street. All right, and this way, again, you'll allow more sunlight for the hedge, that potential hedge you might put through here. Okay. And I would remove all the burning bush, remove all the rhododendrons, remove the magnolia because it's just too big for the area and kind of breaks up this side yard. So this way you feel like you actually have a side yard connected to your patio. All right, and it also allows, again, for a more even amount of sunlight for the hedge. Okay. Transplant these Leyland cypress. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Leyland cypress that you could transplant. Okay. Trim back the hemlock tree. There's actually 2 hemlock trees. Trim that back. Trim back the maple tree when the tree company is here. Okay, so that's all tree work. Rethink more of a simple design for this side of the house. Transplant some of the big boxwood from the front to cover the utilities in the corner, which might then end up reworking the shape of this patio slightly. If it was me, I would even consider having this patio with grass joints. So you end up separating the space between the bluestone, say 5 to 6 inches, then having grass or lawn joints pattern going through it. That could look really nice, and it makes it feel like you have more green space on this side of the yard. All right, because I think this, with the Belgian block, I think it's a little bit too much in this area, and it's not symmetrical with the house. So I think I would rethink this slightly. Okay, and then again, transplant all these bushes going through here, making more sense out of it. Trying to get some more privacy back through this side of the house. So I would remove all the plants and the burning bush that are going through here. Transplant the peony, which is right there. Okay. And then potentially take some of those Leyland cypress and plant them over in this area. Perhaps probably makes most sense is you make a grouping of those smaller Leylands over here, which is not really in the view when you pull down the driveway, and potentially put in bigger shade evergreens as a grouping through here, because it's going to be, you're going to probably want more immediate privacy. Or, you know, from a budget perspective, if you want to save some money and you end up putting your Leylands over here with the idea that it might take, 4 to 5 years for those to really kind of take off and provide privacy. So this could be one of those items that you decide you want to save on by utilizing the Leyland cypress over here, or you say, you know what, it's more important, it's a higher priority for us to try to get immediate privacy, and at that point you invest in larger trees. Okay. I seen you. So in here, just to take a note, you do have fastigiate hornbeams over here on the side. You got a big cherry tree here, Japanese maple. The Hinoki common cypress has not enough sunlight. The 2 gold threads have to be transplanted. Okay, this area I would do a Juga ground cover. Okay, it's a really hardy ground cover that would look nice in this area. Either that or you could do a variegated Vinca ground cover too. That'd be pretty. Depends on how much sunlight you get in here. If you don't get much sunlight, you have to go with the Vinca. If you get a little bit more sunlight, you can go with the Ajuga. Then you get the 2 taller boxwood, and there's a few more in the back. I think there's three or four more in the back that are all about the same size. I would say that you're going to notice a huge difference in quality of plant and boxwood for something that we would install versus something like these. And to be honest with you, these are more of like a hedge grade, meaning that the grower never trimmed them or really maintained them. So the density of the plant and the aesthetic, if you go look at some of our projects versus what you could potentially buy from a local box store or what most landscapers are installing because they're buying it from local vendors, what we're doing is we're buying in huge bulk right out of the best grower out of North Carolina. So we're able to buy really high quality material at an affordable price, and aesthetically it just makes a huge difference as far as what the plants look like. So we're really picky as far as quality control and selecting the right plants. Kind of combined with the fact that we, expertise as far as knowing what's going to work in what area. Okay. Then you got a few more hostas over here, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dwarf boxwood that you potentially relocate. Okay. So that's this in here. Okay. So back here, maybe you end up transplanting some of the hosta in here to fill this area out.
Perfect.
I think that would be a nice look.
Yep. We have to cut these way back